In the middle of an army of Skaven stands a gigantic bell covered with arcane runes. A bell constructed by the fell magic of Skaven sorcery. It glowed with a sickly green light. A light that seemed to enhance the presence of the Skaven standing on top of it. The Skaven was Kryn Cragclaw, a grey seer with glorious horns he shined with sacred oils and scented with various herbs. Kryn looked upon his waiting army, hundreds of Skaven from various clans, all looking at him expectantly. Confusion on all their faces. With a wave of his hand, Kryn cast a simple spell of enhancement, changing his already impressive voice into a booming echo that could be heard by every Skaven in the area, and perhaps their enemies miles away. "Skaven," he began, "the superior race. Skaven, the best race. Skaven, the only race that matters. Yes, yes. We were first race created on realms by best chaos god, the Horned Rat. We are the most smartest, yes, yes. We are the most beautiful, yes, yes." Kryn pointed towards the distant fields. Off in the distance, the Skaven army could see a wave of blue metal approaching. An army of storm-cast Eternals in the colors of the Tempest Lords marching towards their position. With a dismissive sneer, he continued, "They come not knowing they not best race. We show we are best race, yes, yes. We all go kill. We crush them under our many feet. For Skaven kind. For the Horned Rat. For me." Raising his hands in the air, Kryn waited. He expected applause. He expected a roaring cheer. He would have even accepted odd whispers. Instead, he got silence. Looking down once again, he saw the same confused faces on the Skaven below, none of them so much as moving since he started speaking. Sighing and lowering his hands, Kryn spoke a simple word of magic. The spell activated several prepared mines beneath the Skaven army, exploding and killing at least a dozen random ratmen. With a disappointed voice, Kryn raised his arm in a mock spellcasting wave and simply said, "Go kill or I blow you up." With that, the Skaven below charged in direction of the Stormcasts. The language of fear and self-interest, something they definitely understood. As his rat ogre slaves began to pull his screaming bell towards the waiting enemy, Kryn shook his head. After once seeing the Lord Celestant of the Stormcast Eternals give a fairly impressive speech, he had hoped to do similar, rousing his fellow Skaven into a murderous horde. He had even spent days trying to write it, finding the right words to motivate the Skaven and increase their effectiveness under his command. All gone to waste. He would have been better off spending those days snorting warp dust. His clanmates were right. When it comes to motivation, nothing beats random acts of violence. When the Arch-Vermin Lords of the Council of 13 desire their will enacted, they call upon the Skaven of the Masterclan. Bred to be their powerful agents, they tell the Skaven of other clans the desires of the 13, either through force of their presence, trickery, or taking over themselves when the current Skaven general seems truly inept. Although small in number, their power cannot be denied. For to go against their will is to go against the Council of 13 itself. Of course, the Skaven of the Masterclan are not immune to the backstabbing and power games common to Skaven kind. It is not unheard of for these Skaven to manipulate orders for their own personal benefit, blaming their underlings when things don't go according to plan. For every Grey Seer desires to be blessed and perhaps elevated to a Vermin Lord, and every Vermin Lord desires his own chair on the Council of 13. With white fur and sprouting horns like the god they serve, the Grey Seers are the agents of the Council of 13. Through threats and manipulation, they inflict the Council's will upon the Skaven clans. Although physically weak, they are masters of magic, unleashing spell on both friend and foe. No Skaven would ever be stupid enough to go against their will, at least while the Grey Seer is looking. On occasion, the Grey Seer would employ the Screaming Bell, a war machine of immense magical power. Each gong unleashes a random but reality-shattering magical effect that devastates the enemy, whether that be deafening peals that bleed the enemy dry, or walls of unholy sound that bring nearby Skaven into a rabid frenzy. Even among these already powerful individuals, there are those whose names are whispered and feared. When Thankful and his servant Bone Ripper appear, being said to have existed since before the age of myth, then Skaven nearby know one of two things. Either the next battle is a truly vital one, or the Skaven currently in charge has proven himself such a failure that he will be replaced in the most violent way possible. When the Master Clans needs even more magical support, they will beseech the Horned Rat for the presence of a Vermin Lord Warpseer, a Skaven demon tied to the aspect of the Horned Rat as a master of magic. They unleash howling warp gales and summon giant rats on their foes. The most famous of these Vermin Lords of the Master Clan, and some say the greatest of all Vermin Lords, is Lord Screech Vermin King, said to have been one of the main architects of the end times for the world that was. His presence is a boon to any army. Not only a powerful sorcerer, but also able to tap into the very fabric of Skaven kind. Gifted with all the abilities of the other clans, he is ready to face any foe that crosses a Skaven, or worse, his own ambitions. To be a Skaven of the Master Clan is to be arbiter of the Council's will, to slay your enemies with powerful magics, while ruling your minions with violence and fear. Hey guys, this is Arvandus, and I hope you enjoyed this video about the Skaven of the Master Clan, those power-hungry agents of the Council of 13. If you like it, please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you really like it, consider giving to my Patreon. With the extra money, it gives me the time I need to work on these stories I love. Anyway, thanks for listening, and see you next time.